Recently my air condition quit working, but it was still running. I googled it. I found this thread on Reddit here where they were talking about the contactor being stuck on. They were mentioning ice being on the lines, and I remember seeing ice on them when I was mowing. There's this photo here of ice in the unit. So to preface, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I read them saying turn the breaker off. I turned the breaker off, and it did in fact shut off. Here I am taking the cover off. This is not the right thing to take off. Please don't take this off. Also, has anyone else's impact done that where the trigger just stops working? Mine does it, and it's really annoying. So after I finish taking the wrong thing off, I take off this bracket that holds the wire to the motor and it falls in. I have to pull that off and fix it. Here I am taking the right thing off. Ew, look at all that grass. That's awful. There's the contactor. It looks like it's pushed in.
Okay, so this sound is not normal. We're on AC, that's the squiggly line. We need to check and see if we have 24 volts at the coil. The answer is no. We have 240 volts going through the contactor, which means the contactor is bad.
I searched the part number on Amazon. You can see it's right there. Train, there's the number. And then I compared all the information in the table on the side of the original contactor with this one, so this one will work for us. Do this with the breaker off and check for voltage with a meter. All I'm doing here is removing the wires from each terminal and putting them onto the same terminal on the new contactor. I got all the wires on. Here I am turning the thermostat on. We're going to see if the contactor works. And what do you know, it turns on, and I checked it later and it turned off once it got to the temperature, so now it's fixed.